Hola amigos, bien o no, saludos desde Medellín. Hoy am, tomando un tinto, muy rico, pero también en este tiempo para reflejar cómo nuestros hábitos pueden ayudarnos para mejorar nuestra práctica de la nueva lengua. Am, Algunas partes de estas es un libro muy especial, dice Atomic Habits, con el autor americano James Clear. Muy bien, lo recomiendo si le tiene oportunidad para leer este libro, es muy, muy interesante. Pero en principio es para mirar con sus hábitos y sus oportunidades en el día al día que pueda ser más simple, especialmente que para evitar siempre necesita tomar decisiones. Por ejemplo, um, yo sabía que en este tipo de tiempo, algunos con mis tiempo libre en el día, es una oportunidad para mí para leer. Entonces, yo pone muy cerca, cuando yo, mis libros que yo puedo leer, so, no, para hoy, muy interesante. So, mis libros en español están cerca de mí, so, yo no necesito perder tiempo buscando por los libros o tomar decisiones como puedo leer hoy, porque es aquí, casi preparando esto, los libros son esperando para mí, para leer. Um, Otra cosa es que yo he cambiado muchos con las canales en YouTube, por el tipo del podcast o otro contenido que yo me gusta escuchar y mirar. Yo cambio a estas para canales que hablar con los mismos temas, los mismos temas, pero en español. So, también automáticamente, cuando yo abría la app de YouTube, tengo todo el contenido, pero es en español. So, también yo no necesito pensar o elegir por esto o otro, porque automático yo tengo cosas en español para escuchar, para practicar. Um, Otra cosa es, claro, para tomar la decisión firmemente que en alguna parte del día o algún tiempo en el día tú vas a practicar. So, casi en la misma cosa que yo, yo hago este video cada día, igual que otras cosas pasé en mi vida. Algún tiempo en el día yo tomo tiempo para hacer este video. Esa es una cosa que yo tomo la decisión y no es un argumento con esta. No es un sí o no, es sí, yo siempre hago esto. Y como decimos ayer, claro, mucho tiempo, no hay mucho tiempo, ¿no? Pero por eso, si tú estás mejor organizando, tú puedes tomar el mejor oportunidad en el corto tiempo que tienes durante el día. So, ese es casi el tema de hoy. Voy a repasar esto en inglés para practicar, ¿no? So, hello again from Medellin. Here we are. I'm having my post-lunch tinto, very nice too. So this really is just to talk briefly about habits and how we can establish habits or practices in our routine to really help us make the best use of the time we do have to do our studies or prepare our language that we're practicing. A lot of these ideas come from a very interesting book that I read a while ago called Atomic Habits by a guy called James Clear, an American author. Really interesting book. If you get a chance, I recommend it. It's very, very good. But really what he's saying in that book is try and simplify the things you need to do to get tasks finished. Make it as easy as possible to do that task. And if you can, really remove the probability or the possibility of you having to take the decision. Because if you have to decide, should I do it or what do I need to do that task, you're putting things in the way of you doing it, because you can, just taking the decision can require too much time or too much energy that you don't otherwise have, particularly if you're under pressure of doing other things. So the example I showed today was, I know that really when I'm stopping to have my cups of coffee or cups of tea during the day, this is about the one part of the day I can guarantee I've got a few minutes like downtime, when it's also good for me to practice reading and things like that. So what I do is I make sure my books I'm reading, there we go, are near where I'm going to sit down and have my cup of tea. And also, they're all my books that are in Spanish. So basically, any book I pick up, it's in Spanish. So I have no option of choice on this. That's how it's set up to go. So, okay, you sat down having your tea break, Graham, now you can read something, but it's in Spanish. So I don't have to take a decision as to what book to read. It's just, there we go, it's one of those. Similarly, when I started this process of trying to really improve my Spanish, I looked at the type of things I was enjoying watching on YouTube particularly, and I just looked for Spanish language versions of those channels or similar content but in Spanish. I changed it all around to subscribe to those channels instead. So now when I switch on YouTube, what I get is a whole selection of these Spanish language channels. So again, I don't have to take much of a decision, it's there, I just have to watch one of those. So it's small things like that. It's trying to help you make the best use of the odd 5-10 minutes you get during the day. Obviously, if you get a longer period and you know you've got, okay, I'm going to have a whole afternoon, I've got nothing else really to do, that's the time I'm going to practice my language. That's a bit different, because then you can plan for that ahead of time. So you know, maybe like Thursday afternoons is your free afternoon. That's when you can perhaps do some more serious practice. But generally during the day itself, the trick is to try and make best use of these odd moments you get, and to make that kind of non-negotiable, in the sense that at some point during the day you are going to study some of the language. If it has to just be a couple of 5-minute tea breaks, you've still done it, so that's okay. If you get a chance to do it for an hour, that's even better. In the same way that I make these videos every day, I sometimes have to do these at odd times of the day. Sometimes you might notice I do this quite late in the evening, but the point is I still do the video because that's my commitment to do it. So I don't have to take a decision on that. It's not a question of should I do the video today, it's a question of when I do the video today. And that's a big difference, because then you're committed to do it. So there we go, there's some reflections on that. I hope that's helpful. Déjame saber, como siempre, en los comentarios. And for now, from Medellin, say cheerio.